The Iran war and concerns over rising prices. We're joined by Republican Congressman from Texas, Pete Sessions. So good to have you on the show. So the House bill will fund all DHS agencies except for immigration enforcement, an agreement that has been on the table for weeks now. Why was it not passed until today?
Well, in fact, what happened is that the United States Senate had passed things that we did too. No Republican believes that we should not fund ICE and border operations. And so these have made things very difficult between the two bodies. The Senate gave us a passage of a bill 10 days ago, and we turned that down. So this is to fully fund everything from now until 27 with an agreement to then come back in, and that we will fund them a little bit later as we get past 27.
According to the War Powers Resolution, tomorrow is the 60-day deadline for President Trump to either end the war with Iran or get authorization from Congress. Secretary Hegseth suggested that the war can continue without congressional approval because of the current ceasefire. Do you agree with that?
Well, I do agree. Look, I'm not opposed to a debate at all. I think debate's very important, but they have to be brought to the floor with a resolution that would come from the Foreign Affairs Committee. And the Foreign Affairs Committee, I do not believe, has produced that. And I don't know who would do that in the Senate, but that has not been brought forward for a debate or vote.
So there's no plan at this point for Congress to vote?
I do not believe, certainly not. There is not a plan to do that. There is very much of an agreement that we are in some sort of a time frame right now where the president has backed away from the current operations. But let's make no mistake about it. It would have to be brought to the floor, or it could be brought, as you would well understand, off of other processes which the Democrats have available to them, and that's called a discharge petition.
As you know, former FBI Director James Comey was charged with making an alleged threat against President Trump using seashells. Do you think that Comey should have been charged in this?
If you are going to be the FBI director or former director, you should conduct yourself in a way that is consistent with trying to support this system. This system has Supreme Court judges that are being attacked, members of Congress, and I think it's irresponsible for a former director of the FBI to be engaged in social media that would inflame this idea, just like I feel like it would be the same for someone that might be a comedian with a big name. We are in a circumstance where this country should understand that violence against elected officials and against people should not be tolerated.
So you agree with the charges?
I agree that Mr. Comey placed himself in a circumstance. I think the acting attorney general has additional data and information, and that is perhaps comments that Mr. Comey had made, perhaps privately, perhaps some that he had iterated to people that would indicate that ability that they would have to indict him. That's a serious indictment. So evidently the acting attorney general has this sort of data and information, and I'm unaware of that.
Congressman Pete Sessions of Texas, we thank you so much for your time.
Yes, ma'am.
The suspect